Is this a genuine alien corpse found in Canada in 1992? The following video purportedly shows an alien corpse discovered in Quebec in 1992. At 43 seconds, it looks like an EBE bandaged in a manner described in the Guy Hoddle memo. Is this genuine? If it were a hoax, I would not expect the faces of the people involved to be so clearly visible. Here is an English translation of the French text in the YouTube comments. Text updated by Survey Progress on March 20, 2020. In the winter of 1992, while I was living in Montreal, Quebec, Canada, a friend of my ex-roommate came to our apartment to show us some strange pictures. The pictures showed that a creature of unknown origin, an extraterrestrial biological entity (EBE), and apparently lifeless, had been found by a snowmobiler or maybe two in a field or a woodland not far from the road. We immediately asked this friend where he got the pictures. He told us that they belonged to his cousin in the Red River area, in L'Annonciation, Quebec. Then, if I remember correctly, he told us that when the body was found in the snow, the snowmobiler or one of the snowmobilers went to get his camera, possibly a 35mm. Note here that if there were two snowmobilers, by the absence of one of them on the photos, we have no proof of his presence, unless he remained the only photographer. However, other witnesses, obviously the two men, both smokers that can be seen in the photos, also went to the discovery site with a car. Showing us one of the photos in particular, the friend in question had explained to us that the witnesses had to pass a cable or a rope under the arms of the biological entity, so that, with the help of a branch, they could lift it without touching it. It was possibly by precaution not to leave their prints or by fear of disease. We could suppose here that it had perhaps to give off a certain odor, considering that it does not look completely frozen. From the photos, the cable or rope had obviously been attached to trees. Intrigued, we immediately asked him what they did with the body, and he explained to us that being late in the evening and probably unaware of the importance of the matter, the witnesses did not dare to take the body back with them. And when they returned the next day, it was gone. The witnesses therefore assumed that a coyote or other wild animal had probably found the body and brought it with it to feast on. On the face of it, this is questionable, but above all, irresponsible behavior. Considering that this kind of monumental error is often observed among non-scientists, it was not too surprising. Afterwards, we asked him what he was going to do with these photos. And he answered that he was going to try to meet someone in the field of ufology, in order to try to solve this mystery. Anyway, before he left, I quickly grabbed my video camera and filmed one by one the pictures in question. A story in suspension. A few weeks later, this friend called us back and told us that he had gone to show the photos to a person in the field of ufology, if my memory is correct. It was a certain Claude Macduff, 1946 to 2001. The latter simply told him that it was not the first time that he had seen photos of this kind of entity, and that he therefore advised him not to try to make money with this story, or to waste time broadcasting it to the public, because he would certainly be discredited and ridiculed. It must be said here, incidentally, that during the investigation I learned that in the face of the obvious absence of satisfactory proof of the materiality of UFOs and extraterrestrial life, in the early 1980s, Macduff had joined the Quebec Skeptics, in which he collaborated for the rest of his life. It is therefore not surprising that his conclusion was not preceded by an investigation of the witnesses of the time. It is a pity, because it ruined an important advance that we could have had in the field. In any case, we were greatly surprised by this conclusion provided by the former ufologist. Not wanting to be taken as cranks or nuts, we simply decided to keep it to ourselves, as a kind of secret. We showed this video privately to open-minded friends and family, but not to the public. Indeed, as it is the case for most witnesses of unexplained phenomena, I was also afraid that if I presented this video to the public, people would end up laughing at us. Post from user Yona1618 at UFO Believers at Reddit.